On traveling with family. While we're on the subject of siesta mode, now's a good time to talk about some considerations for folding your travel photography into a family trip. For many people, a destination photo workshop is not a realistic possibility. Not only is there a financial cost, but there's also a solo time commitment involved, which equates to a time commitment borne by your partner. Those home duties are especially heavy for families with kids. It's not just that you're headed away, but also that your spouse will be shouldering the parenting and other domestic duties solo. So the reality of international travel, assuming it's even a possibility at all, is that it is often a family event. Family travel is a great time for both personal growth and togetherness, but family obligations while traveling can compete directly with your ability to carve out your photo time. I've traveled both for solo shooting and as a co-parenting vacationer. And over the years, I have found that allocating my day in a way similar to our siesta plan above can also work well for family travel. As a photographer, I want to maximize my time out shooting in the best light, and that's going to be the 90 minutes or so around both sunrise and sunset. So here's how we set up our schedule during, for example, a family visit to Rome. Early morning is completely free. You will get very little competition for your photography time if you're heading out 30 minutes before sunrise. There's an easy 90 minutes of photo time in great light right there. You might even build in 15 minutes for an espresso and a freshly baked bun. Who's even gonna know? Then, after your morning shoot, you return to your room to be there as others are waking up. Bonus points for bringing back something from the bakery. The next shift involves everyone. What's on the agenda this morning? Whatever your spouse and family members want to see. You've just gotten back from a luxurious amount of shooting in great light, so you can happily let someone else drive for the first full leg of the day. For this extended morning of sightseeing, anyone but you is in charge. Push that out to a late lunch, and you'll have a family who's ready for a leisurely meal together. After all, you're on vacation. After your long, late lunch, let's call it 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, it's back to your room for a lengthy siesta. 90 minutes is a pretty good goal, and this time will pay great dividends all around. First, everyone will be tired with full bellies, prime time for napping. Second, you'll all be skipping the hottest part of the day. Third, the kids get some free time to decompress, crash, and chat with their friends back home. Fourth, if you want to do a quick edit off the back of your camera or back up your cards, now's your chance. Finally, everyone emerges from their nap rested and ready for the second shift. It's 3:30 now, so the heat of the day will soon be waning. At this point, you've not made a single photography-related incursion into the family schedule, so a small request would be a reasonable thing. Your stance for the afternoon shift is this. Whatever you guys want to do is fine with me, but I'd just like to be at preferred location for 90 minutes starting at 15 minutes before sunset. Just like with our solo shooting schedule, that's going to give you golden light, sunset, post-sunset glow, mix, and blue hour. And it's your second blue hour of the day. Plan well and you'll often get that slot in which to wander around solo with your camera. After you lose your light, you get to explore a little while longer together as a family in the cool of the evening. And remember, you have all had an afternoon nap. So you'll still have reasonable gas in the tank for a late dinner together or other evening activities. While we're in the business of allocating time, don't forget your partner. Make sure they have the time windows to do solo exploring as well. And obviously, you could take the kids for any time after siesta, but before evening light as well. Try to ensure everyone is getting slots of personal time. While you're visiting someplace cool, make a point to use one of your evening light shifts to do a family portrait for your holiday card. On that trip to Italy, we did ours on a bridge over the Arno in Florence. Great location, great light, non-exhausted family. It was wonderful. Lastly, if one or more of your kids is old enough to have an interest in photography, set them up with a camera. Maybe your backup body, or a cast-off from a previous upgrade. On that Italy trip, my son Ben was 15 years old and developing an interest in shooting more considered photos. Looking at the photos he made from the trip was a great way for me to better understand how he experienced the country. Plus, as any photographer knows, just the act of carrying a camera around prompts more deliberate observation. And, depending on your kid's level of interest, it may even make sense to have them join you on a Blue Hour photo hunt. If they like, you could even think out loud and share your results as they happen. See that shaft of bright light over there? Watch what happens when I expose for it and underexpose the rest of the frame. We all have different sets of responsibilities when traveling, either alone, with a partner, or as part of a family. Learn to allocate and prioritize your time in a way that balances both your role as a photographer and as a travel partner. A conscientious approach to building your daily schedule can offer you the best of both worlds.